Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort. Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome. Welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm making sense out of the senseless. Ah, dang it. I thought I had everything up and running. I thought I was on the ball this morning, but, nope. Nope, I'm not. And plus, all of a sudden, I got, my ears are all clogged. And I don't know why. There we go. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join a live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a live stream, hey, it's easy. Go to reaver.one. That is REAVER.ONE. And click on the live stream. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a comment. If you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to reaver.one/shop. Pick yourself up a t-shirt, coffee mug, bumper sticker. Hell, just pick it up to piss off the liberals nowadays. You know, I'm to the fact that... Hang on. Two of the biggest speeches, or three... Three of the biggest speeches during the RNC have been Melania Trump, Pat Smith, and what was it? Trump Jr. was it last night? Or Eric. I'm sorry, I get the two mixed up, but I think it was Trump Jr. And why I say that, because the three speeches that they attacked the most, and, well, when liberals attack like that, it's because, well, they know those speeches hurt Hillary. They are attacking Pat Smith's speech. They are going at her vehemently, and a GQ writer even called for her to be killed. Yes, a GQ writer has called for Pat Smith to be killed. That's how sick and depraved liberals are nowadays. Now imagine if that was a Republican that made that statement. Suspended immediately from Twitter or from Facebook. They would be calling for immediate charges, lost their jobs. What happens when it's a liberal? They said they're sorry. Sorry, that's all. It's done with. So they're attacking her heavy, and oh, I love it. I'm laughing. I put up a couple articles about this, and the liberals are going nuts. It's not right that Pat Smith went up there. No, that was political gains. That was a political ploy. But Hillary bringing up Michael Brown's mother, Hillary bringing up Trayvon Martin's mother, that's okay. That's okay. They can do that. You know, criminals having their mothers brought up there to parade around on false narratives, that's okay. But bringing up the mother of a woman that was lied to by Hillary Clinton over the coffin of her son, no, that's gone too far. Oh, my God. The mother who lost her son because Hillary Clinton could not send in backup. Oh, that's gone too far. But you can bring up the mother whose son who attacked a police officer. That's okay. It just boggles my mind how oh, thank you. I'm a pleasant blind guy. So her speech hit a nerve big time with Hillary. Because they are searching out on Facebook and attacking anybody that posts anything. That's when you hit a nerve. And then you have Melania Trump's speech, who had a couple of words that were similar to Michelle Obama's, because Michelle Obama has a copyright on the English dictionary. We'll ignore the fact that, well, she used the same wording, Michelle did, that Laura Bush did. Laura Bush used the same wording that Hillary Clinton did. Hillary Clinton used the same wording that Barbara Bush used, and Barbara Bush used the same wording that Nancy Reagan, and so forth and so on and so on. All the first ladies have given the similar speeches. They talk about hard work, dedication. It's been a cookie-cutter speech from them. But the one thing we got from Melania Trump is how she's proud to be an American. What do we get from Michelle Obama? Yeah, she's only been proud of America when her husband got elected as president. Now, if there was, quote-unquote, plagiarism, okay, shouldn't happen. I don't see the plagiarism. But how about the media's ignoring how Obama has plagiarized people left, right, and center? Oh, my God, the speeches that he has copied. 100% copied. Do I have that audio? Let me see. As much as I hate playing his stuff. Dang, I thought I had that. Let me see something. I could have sworn that I had. Oh, also, if you go to, if you search on Facebook, Jersey Joe Talk. I think it's Talk or Talks. Let me see. Uh-oh. Talks with an S. Jersey Joe Talks. You'll find the Jersey Joe Facebook page. That is also my Twitter handle, at Jersey Joe Talks. And yes, it's changed over the years, and I thought this was easier. I can combine the two into one single search phrase. So at Jersey Joe Talks, you will find a picture of what Air Force One will look like if Hillary Clinton is to become president. All right, there's that. Let me pull it up. I got to pull it up on my other computer because if I play it on this computer, for some reason, it won't broadcast. But we can get this going. Dun, 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 dun. Why I play this, I'm going to search something. Yesterday, we had a police officer that was assassinated. And looks like another one may have been. Looks like shots were fired. I didn't see real quick whether the officer was hit, wounded, or killed. I will look that up when I'm going to play this. This is going to be Obama and his plagiarism of several people. And he seemed to love to plagiarize one man specifically. I don't have his name right in front of me, but I will get it. Once Deval Patrick, I think it is. All right. All right, you ready for Obama's? Here we go.
Dismissive point, and I hear it a lot from her staff, is that all I have to offer is words. Just words. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are created equal. Just words. Just words. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. Just words. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Just words. I have a dream. Just words.
Don't tell me words don't matter. I have a dream. Just words. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Just words. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. Just words. Just speeches.
And that list is actually longer. That's a sample of the videos that I found real quick last night. And it's funny. You know, Obama plagiarized. Oh, what news? Did I miss something? Obama has plagiarized his whole life. He has a vice president that had to drop out of the 1988, I think it was, 1988 presidential run because he plagiarized his whole speech. You can't make this stuff up. So now, you got a liberal, Eric Erickson. I know. Don't send me an email about what I just said. I know what I just said. He's saying that Donald Trump Jr. plagiarized his speech last night. He copied... Oh, okay. Yeah, Kel. Yeah, that is great news. We'll get to that in a moment. And it blows my mind because he's saying that that Donald Trump Jr. plagiarized his speech. But the problem is the person that he's accused of plagiarizing wrote Donald Trump's speech. That's the funny part. He's accusing Donald Trump Jr. of plagiarizing his speech because there was several things that were very similar to another speech that was written. But the problem is, where was it? Now, Donald Trump last night said that our schools used to be an elevator to the middle class. Now they're stalled on the ground floor. They're like Soviet-era department stores that are run for the benefit of the clerks and not the customers. And from American Conservatives from May 2016 article, what should be an elevator to the upper class is stalled on the ground floor. Part of the fault of this may be laid at the feet of the system's entrenched interest, the teachers' union. And it goes on and on. But here's the problem. The writer of that article from American Conservatives, May 2016, Frank Buckley, even tweeted, "It's not stealing." Because Frank Buckley is the one that wrote Donald Trump Jr.'s speech. He is the one that wrote the speech for Donald Trump Jr., and he is the one that used some of his quotes from previous in that speech. But Eric Erickson just kept going and doubling down and went back off that, hey, guess what? I was a dumbass. I was wrong. This liberal piece of garbage has such well, in my life, it's called when you got a hard-on for somebody. You hate this person so bad that it excites you every time you think you got him. And Eric Erickson thought he had Donald Trump because Donald Trump's son plagiarized a writer. Oh, God, we got him. Only to find out that the writer wrote the speech for Donald Trump Jr. So, in essence, since he wrote the original article and he wrote the speech, he gave permission for it to be used. That's not plagiarism, people. And Eric Erickson kept on with that story. Even when he admitted, guess it's not plagiarism. The author gave permission. That's how bad Donald Trump Jr.'s, Melania Trump's, and Pat Smith's speeches have hurt Hillary. That's how bad it did. That they are trying anything and everything to attack the three of them, and there's other speeches that are being attacked. I'm being attacked, and I find it funny. I love it. Go ahead, attack me. Hey, you're giving me more shares on Facebook. You're giving me more notoriety by the liberals attacking my articles and pieces that I post. Bravo. Thank you. Spread my word. I find it funny. And as the one thing I should have mentioned right from the get-go of the show, and yes, Kelly, you were right, it is great news for Donald Trump. It is official. Donald Trump is the nominee. Not only did he get to the 1237, but let's go back in time real quick. Let's go back in time. I seem to remember a certain group called Never Trump and a certain senator that guaranteed and said it was impossible for Donald Trump to get 1237. He guaranteed it's impossible, can't be done. That Donald Trump not only couldn't get to 1237, wouldn't get the nomination. I'm not going to say who that senator was. But not only did Trump make the 1237, he went above by 488. 488 extra delegates voted for Trump. But now we got the Never Trumpers pointing out, well, we have never seen that many opposing votes against a candidate like we did with Donald Trump. That shows how unpopular he is. What was it? Close? I don't know. I didn't even pay attention to what the final tally was. All I know is Trump was over 1,500. But the Never Trumpers are still trying. This little group is still trying. They're saying the last time was when Gerald Ford originally beat out Ronald Reagan was the last time there was more than 100 delegates voting against the nominee. You know, I heard, well, he's got the lower percentage of votes ever. He's only got like 33% of the votes. Well, when you look at 33% of 17 candidates compared to other, which is the largest field ever for a Republican primary, they don't look at that part, how big the field was. So, yes, the percentages are going to go lower. They don't look at he got the most votes ever. But they say, nope. That doesn't count because, well, we had open primaries. We allowed others than Republican-onlys to vote. And then I hear how, there's all these Democrats that switched over to vote for Donald Trump so that Ted Cruz couldn't be the candidate. They sabotaged it. They switched over. I heard more excuses last night. Now, what's that expression? Then Carter has liver pills. And it makes me laugh. That's what tells me Donald Trump is a good candidate. When you get these idiots attacking, and that's the best that they have, and the other one, the liberal media of, he is a liberal. I love that one. I love that one. It makes me laugh because that says you don't know shit and you're nothing but a parrot for the mainstream media. And these never-Trumpers still think they're the majority. They really do. These people, these liberals, because that's all they are. They're liberals. They're helping Hillary. They are willing and think Hillary would make a good president. And it would be okay for the country to have 4 more years of Obama. And these are the people that call themselves conservatives. People, think about it. They call themselves conservatives, but they're okay with Hillary. I understand some people's reservations about Trump. I understand it. And there's one thing to have reservations and then to try to burn down the country. They talk all this BS. He's a Democrat. He's a Democrat. Well, you know what? I get tired of hearing that. And how are we supposed to grow as a party when any Democrat that's thinking about switching over sees how Trump is treated, sees how possibly Trump was a Democrat, possibly. Haven't seen any proof. But see how he's treated. Why would a Democrat want to switch over if he's going to be mistreated and treated as a second-rate citizen? These so-called conservatives are burning the party down to the ground. I once was a Democrat, too. I was uneducated on when it came to the political parties. I stepped up. Oh, and the other one, I almost forgot. Tiffany Trump last night came out and gave a speech. And the liberals, the ones that are always crying about feminism and crying about the war on women, their whole attack on her, isn't she just ugly? Oh, she's so ugly. And I'm talking, and I know I'm probably going to catch some shit for it, but you know what? I'm fat. I'm fat. And this walrus of a woman, this walrus, and just because she was a walrus doesn't mean she's ugly, because I've seen some women that are very beautiful that are big women. I don't care if you're big, little, short. Hell, my wife's 4'11" and I'm 6 foot. And I actually like tall women, but I married my wife. It doesn't matter what size or any of that. But when this walrus goes out and starts attacking Tiffany Trump because of her looks, yeah, that right there is the low. And I find it funny how the liberals, who are supposed to be the party for the women, are attacking women. They're attacking Melania Trump. They're attacking her because she used to be a model. They're attacking Tiffany Trump, who is a very beautiful woman. She's beautiful. She has a lot of nice features. Me and my wife were talking about it. There's something about it that just stands out that we couldn't put our finger on, that we wouldn't say she's gorgeous. But I'm not going to attack her on her speech because I may not agree that she's a beautiful or gorgeous woman or whatever. Hopefully you understand my point that I'm getting at. That doesn't detract from her speech. But that's all the liberals can do. They had to attack her looks because they are low. They have no ammunition. And this is Tiffany is one of Trump's I think the youngest daughter he has. She spoke last night for the first time. And their whole thing, it was to attack that she's ugly. She just graduated from University of Pennsylvania a couple weeks ago. She's never been in the limelight before, but their whole thing was to attack her looks. The liberals are showing their true colors. Well, we'll be right back. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising Network, YouTube, Spreaker, and iTunes. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We're always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid bro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to reaver.one. That is REAVER.ONE. Click on the live stream. If you like the live stream, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. My daughter would be so proud of me this week. I think every day now I have brought that up. I actually miss my little booger butt. She's up at her grandparents' in the Poconos, and I miss my booger butt. I miss having my daughter around. I love having her around nonstop. She makes me laugh. She makes me smile. And she's just a joy to be around. When she's at school, I don't think there's a kid in school that... And she just has this infectious smile and happy attitude. And she loves to give hugs. She loves to hug. That's what she's known for in school, hugging everybody. She's always loving and caring to everybody. I've seen kids make fun of her, and she still shows them love. It blows my mind how accepting my daughter is. But yeah, I miss my booger butt, and I can't wait till the little shit gets home. Yes, I call my daughter a little shit. She laughs. She thinks it's funny. And yes, me and my daughter have a great relationship. And you know what? We have this relationship where I give her a little freedom. If she's upset, she can say what she wants. She's actually 12. She'll be turning 13 October 2nd. I can't believe she's turning 13 already. Oh my God, I'm getting old. Now that just depressed me. But yeah, I give her a little freedom, especially if she's upset about something. We'll go into the bedroom, my bedroom, and we'll sit on the bed. And when we go into the bedroom and she sits on the bed, she knows that it's free speak. I tell her. She can say whatever she wants. She has to show some respect towards me, just as I show her respect. But I've let her vent if she's upset about something. I've let her go over the top about something. Then afterwards, we talk about how she responded. I don't get mad. Vision got a little blurry there. And yeah, well, it's more than one-on-one. My wife will join in too, and we'll sit there and we all get to speak freely. She's, like I said, sometimes she gets a little out of hand if she's upset. And then we'll talk about how to maybe think about next time. Hold on. I'm getting like these waves of dizziness all of a sudden. Whew. Dizziness and like a blurred vision. But yeah, we'll get this. It's I don't want to say free speech, but if she gets a little too out of control, we'll stop her and, hey, calm down, take a deep breath. But she knows she can speak freely. If she disagrees with something that we've done, we will talk about it as a family. And she has done it where she's brought up good points before. And I went, you know what, Jordan, you're right. And we apologize. And we've had to apologize because maybe we didn't think of it right or we didn't listen to her and her reason for doing something. Oh, this is just perfect. Oh, yes. I got to change subject. So this Never Trumper has been going at me, insulting me, attacking me, and he just responded. And this Never Trumper with his great wisdom, especially after he attacked my grammar, because in other words, I put another, A-N-O. So his great response... Hang on. His great response, this Never Trumper's great response is, fuck off, Trump racist. And this is what a conservative's supposed to be. Oh, these people just... Hang on. Oh, liberals like this are so funny. And then go get educated. The world's much larger than a one-syllable response. The typical liberals. Oh, my God, they're so funny. So back to talking about my daughter. Idiots like this just, they amuse me. But, yeah, she is given free reign. And if she goes above and beyond what she should, hey, let's talk about it. And this is how maybe better yourself in the future. Yeah, I love her because she has pointed out. And she can remember when she wants to. That pisses me off. She remembers when she wants to. Like 2 years ago, I made an agreement. If she raised her grades up, all of them. She raised them up, I'd quit smoking. That year, she wasn't able to raise them up. First market period in the next year, or the second market period, I'm sorry, she raised them. And she looked at me and she goes, "You're going to quit smoking, aren't you?" I was like, "You little shit, you remember that from a year ago?" Ugh. But you can't remember. I've never voted for a Democrat in my life. I'm calling the jackass a liberal, and he's kind of freaking out. And what's funny is he's like, "Well, why talking about, well, if the Democrat Trump is such a small little group, why are you wasting your time?" I said, "Because I love pissing off you liberals." "Well, you're not upsetting me." "Well, looks like I am, jackass. Looks like I'm pissing you off." Oh. Typical liberals. And it goes... not for long. No. Now what is he? My response was, I know that my audience, you guys are getting a big kick out of this idiot, because I got chat room going and people are laughing. And his great response to his "not for long" jackasses like this just make my day. My great response is, "You're a Trump racist. Liberal response. So, now that I have done nothing on my notes today, nothing. It just, go back to what I was talking to you before we went to break. Whew. Seems like an eternity ago. They're attacking Tiffany Trump. And the only thing they could attack her for is they're attacking that, saying she's ugly. And the people that are accusing her of being ugly. Whew. Not only did they get hit by the ugly stick, they got hit by the ugly tree, fell down the ugly hill, got hit by the ugly truck, and it did an improvement. Hang on. So now he's trying to accuse me of plagiarism because I go by Jersey Joe, because he's like, "Oh, why you call yourself Jersey Joe? You're ripping off Walcott." Hey, jackass, I'm from New Jersey. My name is Joe. Everybody down here in Florida calls me Jersey Joe. Oh, and he had the racist. He had to call me racist at the end of it. Typical liberal response. Oh my God, this guy's funny. Oh, he's never Trumps. They got to be like comic relief, or all right. I'll because I'm voting Trump, I got to be a racist. But he's a conservative, but he's using liberal tactics. He's using Zelensky tactics, calling everybody racist that doesn't agree with me. And yeah, I'm a conservative, but I'm using liberal tactics. All right, so as I was saying, they're attacking Tiffany Trump, and the only thing they attack her is on her looks. They're attacking Melanie Trump because she supposedly plagiarized them. They're attacking Eric Trump. They're trying to accuse him of plagiarizing, even though the speech and the words that were used is written by the original author and gave him permission to use. And they're attacking Pat Smith because, well, her son gave his life for this country in Benghazi. I shouldn't say gave. It was taken away because Hillary Clinton couldn't even do something as simple of go ahead, send in the support, pull in everybody that's in the area, get our people in, get them out, and get our people out alive. Try to engage as little as possible. Do what you need to do. Get our people out of there as quick as you can. Let's get some drones. Let's get some planes over top. We have a pilot in the area that all he wants to do is go below the deck, hit his afterburners. That will bide us some time. Go ahead, give him permission to do it. It is a non-violent intervention. Let's get that AC-130 in the air. Let's give some air support. Let's get some choppers. This will deter further violence. But let's get our people out of there as quick as we can, and we'll figure out the rest. That's all she had to do. That's all she had to do. And afterwards, she could have went to Syria and said, listen, we're sorry. We know we sent troops in there real quick. We got them in. We got them out. We just wanted to get our people. They were under attack. We couldn't get coordinated with you guys fast enough to get them out. We'll apologize. We'll deal with that afterwards. That's all. And you know what would happen? It would have been a little bloop on the news. Consulate attacked. Troops respond, evacuate the area. We are watching the situation in Libya. And conservatives would have been, okay, yep. Maybe he shouldn't have been in there. But that's something we can talk about to the side. I would have been, hey. It's a way to go in there and try to help our people. But no, instead we're talking about this, and you got liberals taking attacks. And as I said, you have GQ writer, GQ, who wants to kill Pat Smith. But, oh, no. It was I was speaking, not literally, I was speaking hypothetically, and, oh my God. My head hurts from it. It really does. I'm trying to find it real quick. Because I don't want to misquote the idiot. And, the person's like, I deserve all the backlash I get. I apologize. I'm not going to say anything else about it. I deserve what I get. And people are like, bravo. Oh, look at that. He admits that he was wrong. He's so brave. No, he isn't. She, Bethlehem Scholes. And if you want to contact him on Twitter, and do not threaten. I don't agree with violence on this. Do not threaten. Contact him. Contact GQ and get this SOB fired, yes. No threatening. No violence. At Free Darko. That is at FREEDARKO. And this is what this slime ball had to type. I don't care how many children Pat Smith lost. I would like to beat her to death. And this person is not suspended from Twitter for making a death threat. But Milo is permanently suspended for speaking about conservative movement. But this liberal is not suspended for making a death threat on Twitter. They had not lost their job from GQ that I have read any time. The liberals have a double standard. Hang on. I just noticed this idiot who wanted to correct me earlier had a big typo. I love these idiots when they try to become grammar Nazis and they screw up totally. See, I would have stepped up and been like, shit, you got me. Hey, you know what? I just made a mistake on my typo after I corrected you. Woohoo! It's just, oh my God. This world's going to hell. This GQ writer, and it goes back to Chris Matthews of MSNBC attacking Pat Smith. And if a Republican would have done that, just think of the outcry of the media. But the media is quiet about the GQ writer. The media is quiet about Chris Matthews. And why I point this stuff out is the bias in mainstream media. It is absolutely appalling. Let's see. What do we got? Like 3 minutes before the break. The difference between Melania Trump and Michelle Obama, as I said, they use similar words, but there was a big difference. Melania talked about being proud about when she became a U.S. citizen. She's proud to be American. Michelle Obama never expressed, she said this is the first time she's been proud. And I'm not quoting word for word, but she said this is the first time she's ever been proud was when her husband was elected. She's never been proud of the country before that. You know, they skip over that. Oh, my God. On July 28, 2006, I was very proud to become a citizen of the United States. The greatest privilege on planet Earth is what Mr. Trump said. Everybody ignores that part of the speech. But because they both spoke about hard work, dedication, values of their families. Like, nobody's allowed to talk about that ever again because Michelle Obama spoke about it in 2008. I just want to start just like rambling off a bunch of cuss words right now, but I'm gonna breathe in, breathe out. Well, it's actually that time. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, YouTube, Spreaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be. and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I am making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. And if you like this live stream, don't forget to subscribe and keep up to date. If you want to support the show or support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. Get the latest t-shirts before they're gone. I got several t-shirts that are limited time and I'm almost out of stock. So hurry up and get yours while they last. While you're there, pick up the new Reaver of Common Sense logo. Show off your support of the show. So Free Darko, the GQ writer, has now put their Twitter account on private. But if you go to freedarko.blogspot.com, you can go for their website and their disgusting commentary. I am so... Oh, and the email is freedarko@gmail.com. This is the person that wrote that they would like to kill Pat Smith. But that's acceptable. Because a liberal made that comment, it is acceptable. But I'm sure if I stated what's on my mind, it would not be as acceptable. Because I would die for that woman. I would protect her. She has done enough for this country and got spit on, figuratively, by Hillary Clinton in this administration. She doesn't deserve what this GQ writer has done, but it's acceptable because it's a liberal that's doing it. And our society allows it because, well, they apologize. Oh, they apologize. So, hello. A blonde on C-SPAN that's at the RNC convention. She's just a very attractive woman. I know, I'm married. But my wife even says the same thing. Allowed to look. I'm not dead. As long as I don't touch. And I don't. I can look. I can look at the candy, but I can't have any of the candy because I'm on a diet. A permanent diet of marriage. And that's why I say, if I got to be tortured with marriage, deal with the 3 rings of suffering, or marriage, so should everybody else. Everybody else should have to experience the torture. I mean, joy of marriage. Thank God my wife's not here today. What's funny is I say the same thing to my wife. She makes the jokes at me. I've been with my wife now. Been married 16 years. Yeah, 16 years. 16 and a half years. We've been together since 1997, 1996. It's been a long time. 19, 20 years we've been together. And I haven't killed her yet. And it's always who can get that punchline out first. So. Well, it's funny. What started out to congratulate Donald Trump on becoming the nominee of the Republican Party. I'm proud to have him as my presidential nominee. And as these liberals and never-Trumpers, well, same thing, scream racism and hate as they protect an administration that is nothing but racism and hate, that tells me he's the right candidate. When liberals go into this type of attack mode, it tells me they're scared shitless. And that he's the right candidate. I was glad to see the party uniting. Paul Ryan, I still don't trust the son of a bitch, but his speech that he gave that said, we don't always agree. We don't. I love my wife. I do. I'm a flirt. I love flirting with other women, joking around. My wife knows that about me. She loves that about me. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm going to joke and flirt around. That's me. That's part of who I am. I'm a smart-ass, flirtatious person. And my wife is very flirtatious, too. She's not going to go do anything with somebody else. And most people see that she's being a smart-ass also. And that's it. Early when we were dating, I introduced her to my aunt, and me and my wife were going back and forth at each other, as we do. And we're not nasty, but we joke around and we make comments at each other. And my aunt turned to my parents and like, if they hate each other, why are they dating? My parents were like, no, they don't hate each other, just busting each other's balls. And that's it. I found a woman that can keep up with my ball busting. So, you know what? I decided she's a good one to keep by my side. I still remember the first conversation we had, very first conversation, was I was proving to her that God is a male and not a female, and she was trying to tell me God is a female. And the way I look at it, to be honest, God is whoever you want it to be. Whatever race, whatever sex, that's what God is to you. God is no form to me. It's ever-changing, and whatever you want God to be, you want it to be black, you want it to be white, you want it to be Hispanic, you want it to be brown, pink, purple, male, female, young, old, that's God to you. But it was a joke going back between me and her, the first conversation, and I won the conversation, of course, because I could prove God is male, very simply. If it was female, we would be saying goddess. God denotes a male figure. So right there, I won the conversation. And Adam was the first one created. And by the Bible, it says God created man in his image. So the male was created first, so therefore, God is a male. And me and her went back and forth, and neither one of us got pissed, and we were laughing while we were going through it. And that's when the first time I knew, it was like, that's the woman for me. If we can sit here and go back and forth and nobody got pissed in that, hey, that's a woman I might want to keep around. So, all right, enough about my personal life. With Trump, it's yeah, and that's exactly harmless flirting. There's nothing wrong with it. It's when you take it too far. And if someone's not comfortable with it, there's women that I don't flirt with because they're I could just see that that's not their personality. And everybody's different. And everybody's way of life is different than everybody else's. And I'm not saying my way of life is for everybody else, and their way of life is not for me. And that's what makes America great, is we're supposed to accept each other's way of life. That's what America's supposed to be. You live your life, and I live mine. And sorry for changing subjects like this, but I was actually talking to my wife, and she got a good laugh out of it last night. I was bringing to her attention, I was reading an article that the new anti-gun argument, well, why we shouldn't carry guns and own guns, is we have no right to even shoot somebody in self-defense of our own lives. If someone's trying to kill me, I don't have the constitutional right to stop that person from trying to take my life, because I am stopping them from their constitutional right of a jury. By taking someone else's life, is depriving them of their constitutional right to a jury of their peer. Well, even my wife started laughing. She's not political. She doesn't like getting bothered. She just started laughing. She's like, they're an idiot. They're an idiot for even thinking that. And yes, she's a registered Democrat. Part that they don't understand is your constitutional rights end when it infringes on my constitutional right. When you try to take my life, your right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness ends right there. My life is more important than yours when you tried to take my life. And it just shows the stupidity and how desperate they're getting with their arguments. It's funny how desperate they're getting. Whew. But I digress. Digress. I do a lot of digesting. Oh, and actually, I found out one thing, and I got to tell you guys, and I'm pissed off, and I'll be talking to my doctor. I've been bitching about my weight gain. I don't like it. I've been trying to peel it off. It's not coming off. When I was a smoker, I could peel off weight just like that. I mean, I'm a big guy. I'm 6 foot. I was 255. I was never fat, but I was a big guy. Hey, I was comfortable in my skin. But now I'm like 315. I quit smoking over a year ago, and I haven't been able to pull the weight off. Well, at the same time they put me on meds to quit smoking, they put me on meds to try to help with my pain from my injuries and all that. And the one med they gave me, I just found out recently, side effect, weight gain. That pisses me off. Here I am. I mean, I stopped drinking all sodas. Everybody's like, oh, take out, and I drink ginger ale. That's all I drink. It was that or homebrewed iced tea. I would brew my own iced tea, and that's what I drank. Oh, if you do that, you're going to drop weight like mad. Just drink water, drink water, drink water. I drink close to, what is it, a minimum of 88 ounces a day. 88 ounces. And sometimes I get, hang on, 132 ounces in me. And then, oh, that's going to pull weight off. I use a little lemon in it to give it a flavor. Oh, that's going to make you lose even more weight faster. I haven't lost a goddamn pound. And I've been doing this for about 8 months now. And I'm watching what I eat, and the weight's not coming off. I was like, what the hell? And I know I can't get up and exercise like I should, but, well, pain gets there, and it's in the way. But I used to be able to do this stuff and drop the weight. Now I can't. So it just pisses me off to come find out the one med that's helping me with my pain has put on weight, which has caused extra pain. It's like, God damn it. Oh, talking to the bikers for Trump. And yes, they actually showed up like they said they would. Nothing good. Nothing good in my email. So yes, I am very proud, and I've gone all over the map today, haven't I? Very chatty today, too. And I'm laughing about the Democrats. Debbie Wasserman-Schultz. She actually showed up at the RNC and crashed the RNC to give a speech, to have interviews done while she was there. Yeah, you know what? That's childish. That is outright childish. Because they would be flipping a lid if a Republican, if Priebus goes to the DNC and did the same thing. They'd be freaking out. But it's okay when they do things. They make excuses and everything's okay. And the media just... So... But she goes on to talk about and says that Hillary Clinton is the most admired and respected women in the entire world. And she says it with a straight face. That's the funny part. And I talked about this yesterday. I made the mistake, and I didn't today. I didn't give a forewarning, and I'm sorry if you just spit your coffee out on to your computer or whatever device you're listening to me on, because there's so many different ways. You can listen to me iTunes, through your computers, through your phones. There's many different ways. And I believe through iTunes, you can now get me. Yeah, and I do a little. I'm not great on green tea, but I have a couple of teas that I normally use for my hot tea. And I'll tell you what. I didn't believe in a lot of that mojo, drink this tea for this. Prior to my neck surgery, and because I was a smoker, my healing was real slow, because that smoking does slow down your healing properties. And I was drinking this tea for about a month before my surgery because I knew it was coming up, and I specifically got one that was supposed to help your immune system and help you heal faster. And I was drinking it, and I had the surgery. Now, the regrowing of the bone in the neck took longer because I was a smoker. But I have... Let me see if I can. Right here. See that little crease? If you're watching on the video, you can see I have a little crease right here at the neck. That is actually a scar where they did the surgery. And that healed up within a week or two. I mean, it was healed up great. I was like, holy shit, this actually worked. But it's funny, the tea actually, it's a black tea and one other tea, and it also has like a chili pepper, hot pepper, with the real small, like round berries almost looking peppers. And it adds a kick. It adds a kick, a spice to that tea. But it's good. And there is, I don't know the name of it, and probably the listeners might know. You might know, Cal. In the mall that I go to, and they're all over the place. It's actually a franchise. And they sell different teas. They have all the different type teas, and they do blends. And they'll make you a custom blend. My wife had one that was for weight loss and energy and all that. That's mostly the tea that I would brew for like everyday drinking, and my dad is black tea. And that's usually when you go to a store, like a restaurant, and say, hey, I'd like a glass of iced tea. It's usually a black tea you get. So, I've tried it, and nothing's working because this med is actually, for whatever reason, this neuroblocker is causing a weight gain. And I came across it by accident. I wasn't even looking, what's causing my weight. It was like I was reading about some other, I'm always looking at things that will, my pain management refused to give me any type of opiate to help with the pain. These neuroblockers that they have, it seems my body's getting used to them, and they're not working as great as they did. And I was just searching about some new pain meds out there. And I was reading about the gabapentin, and all of a sudden I was reading these articles or comments after comments, people talking they got massive weight gain. And then someone did the research, and they said, here you go. And they showed their proof. It wasn't just like, they showed their proof that one of the side effects for the med is weight gain. I was like, son of a bitch. Well, I used to drink. That's all I used to drink. So now it's water. And if you're watching the video, I got these like big gulps, double gulps. I'll go to a convenience store and get like a 44-ounce drink. Every now and then I still get like a Sprite, ginger ale. Because you can get these 44-ounce drinks when they're on sale for like 59 cents. And the cups actually do good because even back when I was drinking tea, I don't eat a lot. I never have. But I'm constantly have something to drink. But yeah, I go through 2 to 3 of these 44. This one's 44, I think. 52, whatever. And now, if you could look, about that much of it, I put lemon juice. Now, maybe it's about 4 or 5 ounces of lemon juice, if that, in a double gulp plastic. Now, when I'm doing the 44 ounces, it's like maybe 4 ounces, 3-4 ounces of lemon juice. And then just add filtered water. And as you see, I'm drinking out of it all day. I know people are always probably looking like, what the hell is he? I'm not into getting fancy water bottles and all that. No, just give me a straw, one of these big cups. I'm happy. Does it look professional? No, never claimed to be a professional, so. For the first time, I've actually, from day one, start to finish, I've been watching the RNC conventions. For the first time in my life, I will admit it. I never really got into it. And let me tell you, it's actually been interesting. It's been fun watching it. Amazingly, even yesterday when the rules and all that, no, day before, it was kind of interesting. It was kind of dramatical. Oh my God, is this going to, and it was kind of cool. And yesterday, when they did the nomination and actually the official delegates voting and all that, it was kind of cool to watch. And I was watching it and I saw Michigan pass. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm typing with a friend of mine, texting. I was like, what the hell? Michigan just passed. What the hell does that mean? I'm searching it, Googling it, and I couldn't find out what that meant. And they were like, well, maybe they're not voting and they're giving up on their vote. I'm like, that's not right. I'm seeing delegates, I abstain from my vote. How can you abstain from voting when you're there to represent the people? And that's what a lot of these delegates, these never Trump delegates, I don't think understood. You're not there to vote your conscience. That's what you do when you vote in the primary. You vote your conscience. You vote for who you think you're best. At delegate, you being a delegate, you're there to represent and vote for the people and their vote. The delegates are there to represent the population of whatever district and all, however it breaks down for your state. Everybody's like, well, it's not. It's supposed to be this dog and pony. They're supposed to be there. Yes, they are. Because all these millions of people cannot go to the convention and cast their vote. So they elect people to go to these conventions to cast a vote for them. And that's what they're there for. They're not there for their conscience or to vote their moral obligation. No, you are there to vote the will of the people, what the people want. So for them to abstain from voting is a slap in the face to the people. And I know. The Republican Party is a private entity. Yes, it is. And it's set up rules that say you are there to represent the people. Period. Each state has their rules set up a little bit different. And I think it was Alaska complained about the vote because they said, well, we cast our vote for this one, and this one. And when it actually went to the numbers, all the numbers went to Trump. And they complained at the end of it, and I'm not going to bitch and complain that they brought up a point of order. They did the proper thing. They waited to the end. They said, our votes were misrepresented. We took in a vote, yada, yada. Well, what ended up happening is Alaska, and they said, I think there's 4 or 5 states that have this rule, that when other delegates back out, and that's what they all did, whether they suspended or what, they weren't there at the convention as a nominee, they dropped out of the race. So all the delegates that they had are given up and go to the one delegate that is remaining. So basically what happened is, I think there was like 3 different candidates. There was Trump, Cruz, and Kasich, I believe it was, that won delegates. But Cruz and Kasich had dropped out. They had suspended they dropped out. So by the rules of Alaska, Trump was the only man standing at the end. He got all the delegates. And once it was explained, everybody was like, oh, okay, hey, all right. And from my understanding is Utah had the same complaint. They didn't raise it at the convention. But I see no problem with that rule. If you drop out, suspend, I don't care, suspend. However, if you're not in it anymore, the delegates should be reverted to the last man standing. If you're not in it anymore, your delegates ought to revert. That, okay, during the primary, the candidates are in limbo. And whoever is the winner of that state delegates remaining. And if they're not still in the race at the end of the primaries, all the delegates go to the winner, whoever's the last man standing. My opinion only. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Networks, Red Nation Rising, Speaker, YouTube, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We're always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, hey, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. If you like the live stream, don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a message. Beep. If you want to support the show, if you want to support your local law enforcement, national law, all of law enforcement, go to Reaver.one/shop and pick up the thin blue line flag. If you're a firefighter or EMS and you want to show your support, there is a Sticking Together t-shirt of the red and blue sticking together. There's the Reaver of Common Sense new logo t-shirt. They're great t-shirts, not just because it's mine. It's because, this is what people are telling me. They love the t-shirts. I give you high quality cotton t-shirts, no cheapo. A little bit thicker cotton. I'll admit that, a little bit thicker. But it is high quality and they last a long time. So go to Reaver.one/shop. And don't take my weak sales pitch to heart. Go there and take a look for yourself and tell me what you think. So I just found an article that I want to throw in because it fits everything perfectly right now. It fits what's going on. And it says the RNC convention throws Democrats a curveball. And I got this off of Red Nation Rising's Facebook page, and it's like Patriot Retort. Or here, let me get it real quick. But this article, I love it. It just hits home everything that's going on, what's happened in the last two presidential elections, and basically why we lost the last two elections, presidential elections. And let me see, where is it? PatriotRetort.com. PatriotRetort.com. That's where this article comes from. And, come on. So it goes on. The Democrats are a creature of habit. There are certain way things are to happen in elections, and the Republicans must stick to the playbook at all times. With the RNC well underway, liberal Democrats are having vapors because the Republicans, rather than sticking to the approved Democrat playbook, decided to lob them a curveball or two or three, probably more as the convention still has a couple days to go. And here's the way the Democrats expect things to play out. Democrats are permitted to hurl the most vile and hateful accusations at their Republican opponent. Then they bring in the parade of people they claim have been wronged by the Republicans. And in return, the Republicans are to lay down and take it. And that is a perfect assessment of what has been going on. But, well, here's an example. Harry Reid can stand on the floor of the Senate accusing Mitt Romney of never paying his taxes. The DNC airing a commercial showing Paul Ryan shoving a lady in a wheelchair off a cliff. An Obama super PAC running a commercial of a man who claimed Mitt Romney murdered his wife. Hillary Clinton and the DNC inviting the mother of Michael Brown to speak at their upcoming convention. Hillary Clinton's surrogates making every accusation in the book against Donald Trump, no matter how over-the-top and fear-mongery it may be. Meanwhile, the Republicans are to do their part and let these attacks proceed without so much as a, how do you do? I like that. How do you do? I can't remember. One on the TV. Without so much as a, how do you do? Oh. Big Bang Theory. They are to maintain their button-up, dignified manner, no matter what kind of garbage gets hurled at them. Mitt Romney followed the playbook perfectly, even when he had the perfect opportunity to hammer Obama about Benghazi. He folded like a cheap suit. We have talked about that several times on this show. John McCain likewise played his part without complaint. He even fired people from his campaign who dare to attack Barack Obama's radical past. 2 days into RNC convention, it is crystal clear that Trump is refusing to play the part of the DNC's whipping boy. The Democrats have grown so used to Republicans sending the ball straight over the plate for them to knock it out of the park, they are reeling over a completely unhittable curveball this convention sent their way. The RNC speakers fired back at the Democrats with the same kind of ammunition. Suddenly, the Democrats and their enslaved press are crying foul. How dare the RNC invite Sean Smith's mother to speak at the convention? How dare they let a woman who has made it her mission to speak out against Hillary to have a platform from which to vent her anger at the failed former Secretary of State? How dare the RNC permit the families of those murdered by illegal aliens to speak? How dare they use inflammatory rhetoric and exploit the loss of their loved ones that way? Real quick, let's jump off. Kel, look what I posted recently, and I talked about it. I don't know if you picked it up. Writer from GQ magazine tweeted on how he wants to kill Pat Smith for her comments. And that was okay. That's okay. Twitter did nothing to that woman, a GQ writer who threatened bodily harm and death against Pat Smith for her speaking out against the atrocities. Back to the article. Of course, when Barack Obama invited the mothers of one of the children killed in the Newtown to give his weekly address in his stead, the Democrats didn't make a peep about it. Again, these same Democrats who are crying foul over those speakers are letting Michael Brown's mother speak at their own convention. Not only Michael Brown's mother, Trayvon Martin's mother will be there to speak. It's okay for them to do these things. It's okay for Democrats to parade these mothers up there, but the Republicans are not allowed to. What is upsetting the Democrats and their enslaved press is their own playbook is being used against them. And I've said that. That's what we need to do. We need to use the exact tactics they do and shove it right in their face. And when they cry foul, shove it in their face every second we get that this is exactly what they have done for the last several decades. This is how the Democrats have been doing business. And now we have the Democrats screaming it's not fair. They're also upset that when Donald Trump came out on stage to introduce Melania, his entrance had a whole lot of Hollywood glitz to it. How dare the Republican convention look splashy and all Hollywoody? Republican conventions are supposed to be boring. Their speakers must be suit and tie, policy wonks who talk about taxes and spending and national security. Only the Democrats are allowed to be glitzy. Let me tell you, if the DNC could bring Hillary on stage with that much fanfare without looking like they stole it from Trump, they would do it. Given how Hillary pretty much stole her entire campaign platform from Bernie Sanders and Obama, I wouldn't put it past her to try. And oh, how they are fuming over Chris Christie and Rudy Giuliani. Those two attacked Hillary. They attacked her. Christie had the nerve to get the crowd riled up enough to chant, "Lock her up, lock her up." Only Democrats are allowed to fire up the crowds. Only Democrat crowds can chant things. By using Democrat methods against them, Trump has effectively defused Democrat Party playbook. No matter what they do now, they look like a cheap imitation. For all the talk about how Trump is the weakest candidate of the 17 to face Hillary, I'm starting to think that isn't the case. Hey, I was one of the people who said that, and this convention has changed my mind. And I give credit to this writer. He admits how his original thinking was and that he has grown and admits that he might be wrong. And it takes a big man to step out and admit that. And I give credit to that. What gives Trump an advantage is that he is completely unafraid to scrape the passive standard Republican, scrap the passive standard Republican playbook. Unlike Romney, McCain, and pretty much every Republican in Congress, Trump isn't going to cling to political equivalent of the something Queensberry rule. While the Democrats use their typical no-holds-barred street-fighting techniques, and I've been saying this on my show for God knows how long. We got to stop trying to play this holier than thou. Oh, we're better than, we're not going to, no, we can't do that. Bullshit. That's how they've been kicking our ass, and we need to fight fire with fire. And when they cry about it, stick it in their face that this is what they've been doing. This is how they have won elections. Get out in the media. Slam it in their face. You only have to take note of the howling and complaining coming from the enslaved press this week to know that this writer is correct. Look at Hillary. Hillary's big attack last night. Chris Christie was out there. Fat ass. I don't like him. I think he did an excellent job last night. His speech was spot on. He fired the crowd up. And Hillary's whole response to the attack on her? Chris Christie was investigated for the Bridgegate. That's her whole response? Democrat-run New Jersey found that Chris Christie had nothing to do with Bridgegate? She wants to put out there that he had nothing to do with it? How stupid are the people running her tweets? These are the same people that told Trump that he needs to delete his account. Has everybody lambasted her? Well, you're the expert in deleting. Whoever is handling her tweets should be fired. Because going out there and complaining about Chris Christie, well, you had Bridgegate. Yeah, how many gates have been started because of Hillary? She's been involved in several gates. And the latest one, her emails. She wasn't found innocent. She was actually, FBI came out and said she was guilty. That she broke the law. They never said she was innocent. So for her to go out there and Bridgegate, look at this unethical person. He was involved in Bridgegate. No, he wasn't. The Democrat-run New Jersey. The Democrats even said from their investigation that he had nothing to do with it. That is their attacks. Now, I forgot about Chris Christie. So they've tried to go after Chris Christie, which is an easy job to go after him. I know he's a supposed Republican. He has no strong Second Amendment arguments. The guy is vile. He has done nothing to try to change New Jersey's Second Amendment laws. Well, they're anti-Second Amendment laws in New Jersey. He's done nothing to try to reverse them, to try to straighten out the mess that is New Jersey. I don't like Chris Christie. I'm glad he didn't get the presidential nod. I'm glad he didn't get the vice presidential nod. But his speech last night was dead on. Just because I don't like somebody doesn't mean I can't say, hey, they were spot on. They've attacked Tiffany Trump, and their big attack for the youngest daughter of Donald Trump is to attack her looks, to say she is ugly. So the Democrat Party, which is supposed to be the party for the women, is attacking a woman's looks. Does anybody see the issue with that right there? I mean, I know that the Democrats are full of shit when it comes to being the party for women, especially Hillary Clinton. And now, the other one I heard, MSNBC, and I think it was Chris Matthews. It's not fair, and there's no founding that Hillary Clinton intimidated the women that have accused of Bill Clinton of sexual harassment and rape and all that. Hillary did no intimidation. She had nothing to do with anything with those women. Nobody has come forward. The women have come forward. It's a baseless accusation that the Republicans used. The women that were sexually harassed have come forward and said that Hillary Clinton intimidated them, attacked them. So we got Tiffany Trump, Chris Christie attacked. They're trying to, with the help of Eric Erickson, trying to go after Donald J. Trump Jr.'s speech as plagiarism, even though he was given permission from the original writer because the original writer wrote his speech. So how can that be plagiarism? And Eric Erickson's still running his mouth till today about it, trying to spin it around and saying, I fucked up. I'm dumb. Shit, sorry about that. They're going after Pat Smith. They've gone so far as a GQ writer has called for her that wants to kill her. And I don't understand. I put the quote out here. And they're trying to say, well, it wasn't literal. I didn't mean it literally. It was a figurative comment. And I don't know how you take this as anything other than literal. Hang on, where to go? Come on, open up. Oh, my computers are running slow. I don't care how many children, I don't care how many children Pat Smith lost. I would like to beat her to death. A GQ writer tweeted that. July 18th, 2016 at 5:30 p.m. and 4 people at that time liked that tweet. The liberals want to murder a woman who lost her son during Benghazi. You have Chris Matthews attacking and just going after Pat Smith. They're going after Melania Trump because her speech consisted of some of the same things that Michelle Obama spoke about. But they don't point out how Hillary Clinton, and it's not excusing, if she plagiarized, all right, there's an issue. I don't think it's plagiarism. They talked about similar things, and I talk about hard work and family values. doesn't mean I'm plagiarizing off of Michelle Obama. It's a common theme for people to say this is what we need to do. But they don't talk about, the media doesn't talk about Hillary Clinton plagiarizing several speeches. She plagiarized Bernie Sanders' whole platform. Obama has been caught plagiarizing word for word other people's speeches. Vice President Joe Biden had to drop out of running for president in 1988 because his whole speech was plagiarized. But they don't talk about that. This is how bad that the Democrat Party and the liberal media is up in arms and scared right now. They're in full attack mode, and they can't really fight some of these speeches. They're having trouble attack. They're attacking a young woman's looks. And as I said, the one of the women that attacked her and calling her ugly, well, this woman was bigger than a cow and not attractive. That's funny to me. Yes, I'll be hit. I'm being sexist because I'm mentioning how this woman was not only ugly also, but fat. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy that this woman has nothing to be knocking anybody else on, but there she is knocking Tiffany Trump on her looks. That's their big plan? She's ugly. Her speech was a very eloquent speech for being basically like a first time in front of a major crowd, I believe. Hold on one second. Let me see some. Crash jumping in. He thought it was after 1 o'clock. I'm sorry about that. But the left is in full panic mode. Because whatever they do, it looks like they're copying off the RNC. Hillary is panicking. Debbie Wasserman Schultz, her big plan was, I'm going to go to RNC, I'm going to go to the Devil's Den, and I'm going to give an interview. You look childish. You look childish showing up at the RNC. Yeah, and it's just funny. I mean, the party that's supposed to be for the women, that claim that they're there for the women, has a candidate that screams about women need to be paid equal as she paid women. 33% less than the male counterparts. Hillary Clinton did that. Trump has been promoting women. He was like one of the first ones to make a woman a foreman on job sites in New York. It was uncalled of back then, and he did it. And he did it before he even talked about getting in politics. The left is in full panic mode, and I'm laughing. And I love seeing the RNC actually getting a set of balls and going back at the Democrats. Hold them to their standards. They want to pull this, they can get the same thing returned to them. Seems we run out of time for today. I will be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the Reaver of Common Sense. Don't forget, tonight, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., right here on SHR Media, will be the Southside Mutts, hosted by the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash. And right after that, we will have Ken the Conservative, the exceptional conservative, no less. And then after him, we have the Sackheads Show. Wednesday night is the greatest lineup in conservative pundit radio. So tune in tonight, 8 p.m., all the way to 1 a.m. it goes with these three shows. I'll see you tonight. Have a great night.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.